Your father bought you your first guitar when you were 12.
Uh-huh.
Why did he do it?
I'm not sure. I guess my parents were very encouraging of me taking up artistic, expression, although they were in the medicine field. I think it was very natural for me to express myself through music as a kid. I loved to write and to sing, so I think it was a way for them to encourage me and give me an instrument. And I gravitated towards guitar, probably being more of a percussive kind of instrument, and I was really excited by jazz music at the time, and so it was a chance for me to learn how to play some of those chords myself.
And what sort of music were you really into? Artists, I mean? Jazz music?
I think, jazz I had heard and resonated with the colour of, these singers' voices like Ella Fitzgerald and Sinatra. I also loved a lot of, Mariah Carey and R&B and those sort of big powerhouse vocalists. And I joined a jazz choir when I was at my early years of high school, and we learned a lot of Gershwin and sort of theatrical songs like that. Then around my teenage years, I started getting into, I guess, more complex music. I discovered Jeff Buckley, Bjørk, and even bands like the Mars Volta or Miles Davis, and I guess expanded my musical knowledge a little bit, and also changed the way I kind of listened to music quite a lot.
And what did you change in the way you listen to music?
I guess I started being able to hear different kinds of chord progressions and time signatures and interesting rhythms that excited me, and I wanted to write in a way that sort of fused all of those different influences, and just wanted to get out of writing just on guitar and incorporate vocal layers, interesting harmonies and syncopation and I guess drums and things like that, which I hadn't really dabbled in as a kid.
Are there a few songs or maybe artists that you say, well, they really influenced me? When I heard that song, I was more into the complex rhythms? Or
there was a record called Medulla by Bjørk that was pretty influential, as she did the whole album completely with the voice, with some beatboxing from Razel and Mike Patton. There's also a French artist called Camille who did a similar thing, and that really opened me up to the idea of, wow, the voice is an instrument. I don't have to be just a singer, but I can emulate a saxophone or a violin in the way that I write music, and therefore create a whole arrangement just by myself. So I think that opened up a lot of opportunities for me when I heard those records.
But it's for you, but you were pretty young when you really were into analyzing the music.
Yeah, I mean, it was just what I was interested in, and I had a few friends around the age of 14, 15 that were older than me and were giving me music and introducing me to things that excited me and challenged me. And since I was at that time writing music myself, I was excited by the idea of exploring how I could also, I guess, emulate some of those things that I was interested in.
If you listen to the songs that you wrote on guitar, were they good?
They were nice, yeah. I mean, they're different to the stuff that I write now. I guess there was something a little more straightforward or simpler in the songs that I wrote back then.
Yeah.
And also I had less to draw on from experience at the age of 15 and 16, Yeah. But I still go back to some of those songs, and they have a charm about them, and maybe I'll rework them one day.
Okay, sounds good. You also did Rockquest in New Zealand. Can you explain what Rockquest is?
The Rockquest is a high school competition for kids at high school, and it is something that sort of keeps a lot of kids staying on at school because they have this opportunity to enter the competition with their band, and you can win a lot of money. You can also win the opportunity to have songs on the radio and stuff like that. So I entered at about the age of 14 and ended up, coming second in the competition, and just having that affirmation that I was, doing something that people were interested in, which is pretty important as a kid. And I think that was sort of the first moment that I thought to myself, oh, maybe I could give this a shot, know. And it wasn't long after that I was approached by my manager and offered the opportunity to record a debut album in Australia, which is when I moved from New Zealand and kind of made this, I guess, my career.